San Antonio trying to become the 9th team to pull it off. Dallas controlling the opening tip. Nowitzki played by Duncan. Nowitzki with the step.
It's exactly what Avery Johnson wanted to see, Marv. Penetrating, attacking the rim, something that Dallas has gotten away from the last 2 games. They want to earn their way back to the free throw line with aggressive plays like that one from Nowitzki.
Jason Terry on the floor. Dallas afforded the luxury of having more spacing, and you can see how that opened up for Terry.
Well, the floor is totally spread, and what's happening, Marv, is Dallas is pushing the ball so quickly that the Spurs are ending up in transition with cross matches and matchups that they don't particularly like.
Strong move by Duncan going right at Dampier. Dallas trying to break. Duncan able to hustle back. Nowitzki for Dampier, and Duncan could not get back in time.
Even on made buckets, Marv, Dallas has to push the ball. They know that in the half court, San Antonio has the advantage, but if they push the tempo, they take advantage of their speed. The Mavericks do, and that quickness has been the difference in their victories in this series.
Mavericks have hit their first 7 shots. Shot clock down to 3. Parker going at Nowitzki. A series of moves and scores.
How about the footwork? Wow. The pivot and the step around Nowitzki. And then we know Tony Parker, one of the best finishers in the game.
That was deflected. Dallas with the turnover. Duncan setting the pick. Duncan on the pick and roll.
And apparently Avery doesn't want any part of that Nowitzki-Duncan matchup. Doesn't want Dirk to pick up another one. But the tide has changed a little bit in terms of Avery deciding to go a little bit smaller now, which is very interesting because it was the other way early.
Van Horn defending on Duncan. Crowd wanted a foul on Van Horn. Nowitzki. Yes, Dirk Nowitzki. Final minute of the first. Ginobili now on Nowitzki. Nowitzki to the fadeaway.
Not much rest for either.
No,
those back-to-backs are tough.
It's a one-day shoot, Steve. Very efficient. Second quarter underway. Nice pass. Ginobili set up. 7th and final game. And the winner will advance to play the winner between the Clippers and the Suns. A forced shot by Howard, but everything is dropping for Josh Howard. Now 6 of 8. He has 13 points.
And 20 for 26 for the Mavericks. That's 77% shooting. San Antonio just has no answer right now.
Here's Bowen for 3. Mavs came out aggressively at both ends. They've done a terrific job doubling up on Tim Duncan. They hit their first 7 shots, 15 of 17. And they're up 52 to 36. Shot clock is down to 2. Here's Terry for 3. On fire. Jason Terry, 6 of 6 from the field. He has 17 points.
And that play was not there for Dallas in Game 6 because Terry was not on the floor. The Spurs double-teamed Nowitzki at that same spot, but the Mavericks didn't have the shooters to be able to deal with it.
And Tim Duncan gets inside. Terry now being played by Ginobili. You see Bowen switching off. Ginobili now defending on Nowitzki. There's Nowitzki shedding 2 Spurs. It counts, and the foul. Sensational move by Nowitzki. And yes, there are Maverick fans in the building.
We've sort of forgotten about him the last 2 games because San Antonio has pulled out victories. But once again, the speed, we see Terry get right by Finley, the offensive board. A save by Finley, though.
There's Parker. He slowed down, trying to draw the foul, but Nowitzki did not go for it.
Taking the blow, maybe a little acting job as well.
And Pierre's done a good job against Duncan. Pushed him a little further out than he wanted. Terry and Harris in the backcourt. Here's Nowitzki. Terry and Harris at the guard. Here's Terry. Bowen rebound. Ginobili on the run. Pulled it up. Duncan. Score. On TNT. Shot clock down to 7. Nowitzki with a nice flip shot.
Beautiful designed play from Avery Johnson out of the timeout. Now the little post up for Nowitzki, knowing he's got the size advantage over Finley. You got to go to your best player to try to stem that tie. That's what Dallas does.
Duncan out to set the screen. Duncan met by the double. Duncan squeezing his way. Yes, and the foul. He does it off the double team. 5 minutes gone by in the third. They're standing here in San Antonio. Howard. Stackhouse with 5 on the 24. Played tightly by Bowen. Stackhouse. Oh, what a shot. Bruce Bowen was all over him.
Wow, what a huge shot for Stackhouse. This crowd was ready to erupt if their team could have made a stop and gotten a score at the other end.
Well, Phil Jackson calls Bruce Bowen Edward Scissorhands. And that was an example of it. It was all over Jerry Stackhouse. Nowitzki. Crowd wanted a traveling violation. Bowen claiming that he was hacked. Terry with a crossover blocked by Duncan. That's 3 blocks for Duncan. Bowen changed his mind. There's the double single coverage momentarily on Duncan. Van Exel. Duncan. Yes! And the foul! It's down to a 5-point Dallas lead. With Parker and Barry in the backcourt now with Duncan, Bowen, and Horry on the front line. Duncan feeling for the defender. Parker. Yes! He hit 2 from beyond the 3-point line in Game 6. Average 79. The Spurs 72.
First time we've seen this lineup, Marv. Dallas going pretty big with Nowitzki, Van Horn, and Dampier.
There's Duncan over Nowitzki. 28 for Duncan. 13 have come here in the third. Minute and a half to go, third quarter. Bowen defending on Nowitzki. There's a screen at close quarters. Parker saved by Duncan. Parker and a short on a finger roll gets it back. Duncan also the only Spur to score thus far in this fourth quarter. Nowitzki. Spurs have 2 full timeouts and a 20 remaining. Dallas with 2 full. Major possession right here. Duncan to the scoop.
Dampier will be asked to slow down Tim Duncan.
Clutch free throws by Howard. 4-point Maverick lead. Duncan pops it out. Finley for 3. Yes! Michael Finley from downtown. San Antonio in possession. The game is tied at 101.
And the mismatch with Duncan down low with Nowitzki because Dallas was not able to sub.
Ginobili for 3. Yes! San Antonio leads for the first time tonight. Timeout, Dallas.
Wow, how deflating would this loss be for the Mavericks?
Manu Ginobili with much big game experience, a member of 2 champion San Antonio Spurs teams, a member of the Olympic gold medal team for his native Argentina. 21 points for Ginobili, 19 in the second half. Nowitzki goes right at Bowen, and the foul! So Nowitzki to the line with a chance to tie the game. Nowitzki 12 of 13 at the line. He now has 35 points, and the game is tied at 104. Game tied at 104. 7th and deciding game of this Western Conference semifinal series. Down to 5, down to 4. Down to 3. Ginobili squeezes through. Duncan on the follow. The shot blocked. And we go to overtime. Originally a first-round pick of the Cavaliers back in 2001. Spent 4 years with Cleveland. Emerged as a starter for Dallas in the second half of the season. Nice pass from Nowitzki. Howard scores, and Dallas recaptures the lead.
Great find from Nowitzki, who gets double-teamed. He senses that Ginobili is coming, looks for the open cutter, and that's Howard.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in overtime. Good ball movement. Stackhouse. Yes. Just under 2 left in overtime. Stackhouse to the fade. Yes. Jerry Stackhouse with another big bucket. And it's been a bounce-back game for Stackhouse, who had been quiet the previous 2. Mavericks now lead by 6. Parker, nowhere to go. Lost it. Able to recover. Duncan. Strong move on John.
What's most impressive, Marv, is the manner in which they won this game after giving up that huge lead. Spurs end up taking a 3-point lead late. Looks like they're going to close out the series. Dallas battles back, and validation from Dirk Nowitzki.
The celebration is on in Dallas. An 18-7 Dallas run since San Antonio took that 3-point lead. They win in overtime, 119-111. For Steve Kerr, Cheryl Miller, and our entire crew, I'm Marv Albert saying good night from San Antonio. Now to Phoenix, where Kevin Harlan and Doug Collins are set to bring you Game 7 of the Suns and the Clippers. Here's Kevin.